Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So today I want to teach you a time-based strategy. Okay, this is a strategy that goes with time, and the name of the strategy is silver bullet strategy. This is an ICT strategy. Okay, ICT himself trusts this strategy to the point that he even went as far as saying if you can master this strategy, you can quit your job in 90 days. Okay, in 3 months. So let me teach you how the strategy goes. The very first thing you need to know is that for this strategy, there are 3 sessions to it in a day. The first one starts from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New York time. So you need to work out what 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New York time is going to be in your own time zone, wherever you are in the world. Okay, that's the first thing. First session 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New York time. Then second session is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time. Then the third session, also known as the PM session, which is the last session for the day, is 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. New York time. Okay, so what you just need to do is you mark out with vertical lines this period. All the sessions are just 1 hour. Okay, so 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New York time, you mark it out on your chart, with vertical lines, so that you know the area where that is going to be. Okay, then once price is approaching any of these sessions, what you just need to do is you mark out the high, the swing high and the swing low, the most recent swing high and swing low just before the session. As I have here, this is the last session, no, not the last session, the second session for the day, and that's the the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. session. But based on my own time zone, I'm already in the evening. Okay, so this is the last swing high before the session. Let me point out what I'm dealing with. So I'm dealing with this area before this actual session starts. Okay, so this area is what I'm dealing with. The swing high for that area, I'll put an horizontal line over it. Then the swing low before the session, I'll also put an horizontal line there. Okay, because one of the criteria is there must be a liquidity sweep. Okay, there must be a draw on liquidity. Okay, so what I want to see is for price to move above this horizontal line or below the horizontal line during the session. Okay, that is very, very important for the silver bullet strategy. So as you can see, price moved above it, and bear in mind you have to use the 5 minutes time frame. So I'm using 5 minutes. So price moved above it, first criteria met. The second criteria is there must be a fair value gap. So let's zoom in and search for a fair value gap. Okay, all right, so I can see a fair value gap there. Let me get this red horizontal lines and use it to mark the fair value gap. So this is a fair value gap right here. I have this here, second horizontal line. I want to just mark out the fair value gap. Okay, so that's my fair value gap. So next, you wait for price to come into this fair value gap, then you take your entry. Since these are red bars forming the fair value gap and pointing downwards, definitely you have bars moving up towards the fair value gap, then you take a sell entry. All right, the way you actually explained it, he said you have to place the limit order just at the top, not at the top. Fair value gap, you have like top and bottom of it, you understand? You place this thing at the top of the fair value gap, the limit order, then the stop loss is going to be beyond the fair value gap, depending on where price is approaching from. Okay, now price is approaching from below. So as price is approaching from below, your limit order, your sell limit is going to be right here. Okay, just at the horizontal line that forms the the boundary of the fair value gap. You place a limit order there, then your stop loss will be beyond the fair value gap. As you can see, price came, tapped into it, and right now it's giving us a downwards movement. All right, you can see that. So basically that's just the idea of the silver bullets. If you can master it, you are good to go. Okay, and there is something else I noticed. Sometimes, yes, you can get your fair value gap inside of this session, but the actual trade sometimes might be outside of the session. Just as you can see here, I marked out the fair value gap within the session, but the actual pullback into the fair value gap and sell movements happened outside of the session. Okay, ideally it's supposed to happen within the session, but sometimes it doesn't play out that way. Okay, but the only thing you need to know, if you do not get a fair value gap within the session, then there's no trade for you. The fair value gap must be within the session. That's the law that you cannot bend. The fair value gap must be within the session. So I'm trying to go to the first session of the day. So this is the first session of the day. Let me move all these lines away so I don't confuse you. Okay, let me move all the lines away. So I've marked out the vertical lines depicting this particular session, so I need to know what's the swing low before the session started. All I just need to do is to look around this area. Okay, what's the swing low before the session started? I have my swing low right here before the session, and what's the swing high? I'm trying to mark out the swing high. I have my swing high right here. Okay, this is the most recent high. All right, that's the most recent high and the most recent low, and you can see what happened during the session. Price broke above. Okay, first criteria has been met. Price broke above that horizontal line. Next thing, we start doing what? Start searching for fair value gap, and I can see a fair value gap already. There's a fair value gap right here. Okay, a fair value gap right here. In case you don't know what fair value gap is, you can check my playlists. Check my video playlist. You would see one of my videos that explain fair value gap. Alright, so as you can see, you simply place since you have an upward move forming the fair value gap, it means you wait for a move downwards to tap into the fair value gap, and then you do what? You place a buy order. So your buy limit is going to be on this line above here. That's where your buy limit will be. Then your stop loss will be a few pips below the fair value gap itself. As you can see, price even tapped in to the top. Probably it would have tagged you in here. Then you would have had this opportunity to move up and make money. And if you missed that, price still came back again, but this time around it went deeper to actually fill the gap. Then gave us another buy scenario. Okay, it wouldn't have hit your stop loss because your stop loss definitely is just a few pips below this, so you are good to go. Remember the golden rule: if you don't find your fair value gap within the session, there is no trade for you for that particular session. You wait for the next session. At least you have 3 sessions in a day. And don't forget, these 2 examples I showed you, they actually happened today. Okay, today is 12 and you can see the date down here. So this is something that you will definitely find if you've mastered how to actually identify them. Alright, so if you are a new viewer, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video.